New Orc Codex stuff dropping soon. But first, a word from our sponsor, NordVPN. Protect your browsing history from all kinds of nefarious forces and give it to us, a single nefarious force. NordVPN. We don't sell your data. Warhammer community article up about pre-orders for Orks and Custodes, but I don't care about Custodes because we're talking about Orks. The biggest thing we know is they posted a video showing the new codex open. The page it's open on is the table of contents. So if we take a quick look, the biggest thing is there's some units missing. Those ones are the Big Mech with custom force field. Not a surprise. It's not actually a model anymore. They brought it back recently when they brought back Gaz. And I don't think it has a model that can be made. The only one official is the Big Mech and Mega Armor can have one attached. So not surprised that one's going. Zagstruck going is a bit of a bummer. I really like Zagstruck, but he's a resin model, so I just don't think they're making him anymore. Grotznick is the same thing. Mechboy Workshop. I don't know if they even make that, but it might just be terrain now. And then the knob on Smasher Squig is slightly interesting, but that means they're probably just rolling it into the Squig Hog unit. The only question I have is, because you used to be able to give him enhancements to give to the Squig Hogs, but if he's part of the unit, he might not be a character anymore, so we might lose out on that. We'll have to see the codex when we find out for sure. And then the knob with Wa Banner. Not terribly surprised on that one. It is a bummer because I do have one that I use in my current competitive list. I did make it from scratch, so it's just like I just lost a knob body. So it's not a huge deal. Let's make him a knob. But I'm curious if the army stays basically the same. I might have to replace him with like a Pain Boy or Pain Boss or something. The other interesting thing, if we look at, though, is the detachments are listed. There is the War Horde, the Big Hunt, Cult of Speed, Dread Mob, Green Tide, and Bully Boys. I'm almost positive. It's kind of hard to look because it's a little bit grainy. But I'm pretty sure that's the detachment we're getting. The interesting thing is we're not getting a Wa tribe because every book that's come out has kept the index detachment that you had to run. But if I had to guess, the War Horde is probably the new Wa tribe because they didn't want to make it confusing to be, well, I'm running the Wa tribe, so I have the Wa, and then you run Dread Mob, and you still have the Wa because that's the Orc Universal Special rules. If I had to guess, it might also be like Bully Boys or Green Tide could fit with those rules too. But I'm hoping we get some community articles teasing some of the rules that they have. I'm particularly excited for the Dread Mob. I don't know what they do to Dreads to make them good. They've always been a little bit too expensive, not quite tough enough, and don't kill enough, even if they do make it to where they need to be. So hopefully the Dread Mob can make it there. Green Tide will probably be a staple just because running a bunch of boys is everyone's favorite. Some Orc players just love putting mounds and mounds of boys on the table. It's not exactly my favorite way to play just because, it sounds great you do it, and you start moving 100 models in every turn. It loses its fun for me. But some people love it. And if you love it, good on you. You just keep doing your thing. If I had to guess, Bully Boys is probably like Knobs and Warboss focus. But it might, I don't know, it's sort of generic enough to give me almost anything. Cult of Speed is definitely going to be about going faster. Will it be accidentally better for infantry to make your infantry faster like it was last book? Probably. Hope not. I really want vehicles to make a good list. The Big Hunt is almost assuredly Snaga focused, so if I had to guess, you get bonuses for taking Snaga units, and you probably get bonuses to fight vehicles or monsters. Maybe characters. Only concern is like vehicles and monsters are all over the place until they're not, and then all your bonuses go away. It's kind of the problem I have with the Beast Boss on Squigosaur with killing, or with Head Wappa Kill Choppa, is that he's really good until you fight like a mounted tough unit or an infantry unit that's not vehicle or monster. And then War Horde, like I said, I think it's the Wa detachment, but I actually wouldn't be surprised if they break up the Wa detachment because it's so general. Like Kareen is definitely a Cult of Speed detachment, but they don't necessarily need that. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's some changes there. Although if it follows the pattern, the Wa tribe will just make a straight over. Other interesting thing is we got Gaz's data sheet. The biggest thing about him is he's now got a new sweep profile, and his sweep is actually damage 2, which is huge because most sweeps are damage 1, which means they're generally not worth it. But a damage 2 sweep, he's going to clear through a lot of things that way. Is he good enough now? I mean, I'm running on my competitive list. He's sort of like just on the hair of being cut for just getting more stuff. Weirdly enough, you take him for Makari to get the lethal hits, but he also gets lethal hits for his unit on 5s. His problem is Mega Knobs have 2 attacks with the double kill sauce, which is probably my favorite weapon. The Power Claw custom or the Power Claw combi weapon is fine too. I don't like Mega Knobs. I take them with Gaz just for like bodies, but I think the question is, does he get these buffs and stay the same price? If he does that, then I'm probably going to keep him on my list. If he goes more expensive, or if Mega Knobs somehow get worse, or if they get better, they'll probably stay in. So it just depends. We'll have to see what happens. Well, anyway, that's all the news we got. Hopefully, in the next day or two, we start getting the teases for all these detachments. I'm really excited for the Dread Mob. In fact, a buddy of mine already just runs Morkanauts and Death Dreads and Gorkanauts, so I'm really excited for him. Hopefully, he gets something cool out of that. I'd like to run him too. I don't know. There's just never been good enough to run, except for, I don't know, long story back. This is way back in the early 2000s, but my best recorded tournament ever. I got top 10 of a 60-man event, and I was running 9 Killicans, 90 boys, some custom force fields, and the whole trick was like, if they shot through the Killicans, the boys got a cover save, and if they shot the Killicans, they got a cover save from the custom force field. So it would be great if I could start running something like that again. I know it won't work the same way because the mechanics are just so different. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm really excited for the new book to come out. I'm really excited to change up my list because I like the Wa Tribe. I think it's good. It sort of incentivizes taking very similar lists. And I'm hoping that we can get a little bit more diversity. And anyway, if you are excited too, let me know. Do the whole thing. If you can like, subscribe, or, don't, then whatever you want to do, man. It's your life. All right, well, if there's any more news, I will drop a video then, and I will see you next time.